Hey YouTube, I'm back with another one, and it's gonna be a little, different than my usual, vlogs and stuff, because this is B Dominique quarantine edition. Like, we are inside, we are in a pandemic right now, but I felt inspired to tell this story to give laughs or whatever. And here we are. Let me just jump right into this. But first, y'all gotta like, y'all gotta comment, y'all gotta subscribe, okay? Cause your girl's a growing YouTuber. I'm growing, I'm trying to, get myself to 100 subscribers. Like, let's get to 100 subscribers subscribers by summer. Like, why not? Yo, I'm so nice. Like, why not just become a part of the family? You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyways, we're gonna get right into the story right now. All right, so let's take it back to when I was in, like, I want to say like 8th going into 9th grade. This was young Brianna. This was dumb Brianna. Brianna's still young. I wouldn't say dumb, but like she's not all the way there yet. But this was young dumb Brianna. So 8th going into 9th grade, like, it's summer, and when you're not in summer camp and things like that, you at the crib, you bored. So your girl had a little, for lack of a better term, I guess, a little friend of mine, right? And I'm feeling him or whatever, and things really didn't get, I guess, serious, because like what's really serious in like 8th, 9th grade? Like what is serious? But I like this guy, so I was like, okay, hey. So I planned it out. I planned this day out where, I'm so sorry to my family if y'all watching this, because you'll see. Anyways, so I planned it out. I was like, okay, so my dad and my mom, they were going to work that day, and I didn't know what my sister was doing, but like, since I have a younger sister, since she was younger, she was just kind of like whatever, like doing her own thing, right? So I didn't really, I was like, screw it, like, she won't say anything, like, whatever, okay. And so I text this friend, and I'm like, oh, hey, like, you want to hang today or whatever? And he's like, oh my god, like, sure, let's hang out. So he lives across town. Well, he lived across town. I don't know where he lives now, but he lived across town, and whatever. But like I said, we were young, we didn't have a car, so like, we didn't drive, like, we were children basically. So he walked across town, and that walk, if you know where I'm from, that walk is probably like, depending on how fast you walk in, like it could be like 15-20 minute walk, because my town's kind of small. So I'm nervous. I'm like rearranging my room a little bit, just cleaning up and making sure that I don't look crusty and stuff like that. And he gets here, and they're like, I'm in the back of my head, I'm like, like, I'm still a little nervous or whatever. So, but I'm trying not to think too much about it, because he's coming over and I'm not gonna be stressed. He comes over and I'm hype. I'm like, oh my gosh, hi, like you know, and then he comes in and like, I'm like, oh, make yourself at home. He's like, and he took off his shoes. And he's like, oh, should I leave it at the door? And like at first I was like, yeah, you could leave it at the door, you know, like whatever, you could leave your shoes at the door. And then something inside me was like, girl, you better tell that man to pick up his shoes. So I was like, no, pick up your shoes. No, just take them up to my room, whatever. So oh my gosh, this story is so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. So he comes up to my room and my sister is over in her room, you know, kind of minding her business. And I had told her, I forgot to say this, I had told her like previously, kind of briefly, like, hey, I'm gonna have somebody over, don't interrupt me, whatever. She's like, okay. Like, so okay. So he comes over, and thing is, she didn't know it was a boy. So when she realized that it was a boy and not one of my good friends at the time, she was like, what's going on here? So me being me, I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. So he comes up to my room and, you know, we chilling or whatever and talking, and yes, there was like a smooch, but it wasn't anything like crazy. It was just like a smooch. And then my sister started coming in the room. She started peeking in, you know, whatever, just like being nosy basically. So I'm not, you know, like I'm being sneaky. I'm like, you know, yeah, it's okay, it's fine, like we're not doing anything in here, whatever. Meanwhile, the door was closed and she had every right to be like, no, y'all are doing something. But anyways, so she is coming in, coming out. Every time she would leave, we would like get like a little closer to each other on the bed. But when she came back, we would like sit apart and just like talk and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, what was wrong with me, bruh? Oh my gosh, what was wrong with me? Anyways, so Kayla is, you know, I don't know, I think it's like a sense, like a, I don't know, I think it's like a sister sense or something, but I could sense that something was wrong with her and something was just wrong in general. So I got nervous and I'm like, you know, I think I'm gonna tell him to go home now. Like, you know, this was fun, but I think you gotta go now. So he's like, fine, like, you know, if you're nervous, like, it's okay. Like, never had a boy in my house before, so, you know, like, I just didn't, and like my parents weren't home, so I was just, you know, nervous. But he's like, okay, you know, I understand, I respect that, so I'm gonna leave. I'm like, okay. And oh, you know what, let's give this boy a name, because I just realized I just been referring to him as he, and I gotta like, for the next sentence I have to like describe. So we're gonna call him Junior. Okay, his name is Junior. We're gonna call him Junior. So Junior decides to walk down like down my block, like, yeah. So Junior decides to like walk down my block, like after he's leaving, you know, whatever. And I'm like, you know, it's fine, like we had fun, and like I was just chilling. And, you know, some time goes past and I'm like, you know, I'm being paranoid for no reason. You know, nobody came, nobody noticed anything. So I'm like, okay, let me just walk out the house and just like call Junior to come back to the house so we could spend more time together. So that's exactly what I did. I went outside. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, come back, like, it's fine, like, we could just chill for a little bit longer, whatever. So I called for him down the block, you know what I'm saying? Like, I stepped outside and went down to like the next house, and like just literally like the next door. I was outside of next door, okay, keep that in mind. And I yell to Junior, hey, you can, hey, Junior, just making all this noise. And he finally hears me and turns around and he starts walking back. And I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like, you don't gotta go home just yet. Because, like, I didn't want him to go home just yet. And we go back in the house. And I'm not paying attention to, like, my next door neighbor at all. I'm not paying attention to him. He was like an older guy. He's pretty old. An old guy, you know. But I didn't think anything. I just thought that he minded his business. So I was just like, you know, like, what is he gonna say? So he comes back and, you know, we're chilling again. We're chilling and it's cool or whatever. And then he finally leaves. And because I got nervous again and my sister was kind of looking at me crazy. So I was just like, all right. Cause she knew like I was bugging out. She knew I was bugging out. So she's like, girl, what are you doing? So sent him home and I just left it at that. Bruh, I get a call from my father. I get a call from my dad. And my dad, like, he's not the type to like bug out. Well, he'll bug out. But like he won't like off rip be like yelling and screaming or whatever. No, it takes him some time to like build that up. So he was just like, his tone was like really serious. He's like,
Brianna, do you have a boy in the house? Why do you have a boy in the house? The neighbor told me that you have a boy in the house.
And I was like, I did not think, because first of all, the car that my neighbor usually drives was not in the driveway. Then again, I was not thinking that he would care anyway because it's not his business, but essentially it was his business because I'm the one yelling and screaming down the freaking street for a boy to come back to the house. So I'm like, I didn't have a boy in the house. I don't know, you know, just lying. Like, I was just like, I didn't have a boy in the house. I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever. So he's like, when I get home, you know, what? when he get home, it was lit for me. It was lit for me. All right, that's it. That was it. So because he wasn't in the house and he couldn't get to me at that time because he was at work, what had happened was that my uncle, who lives a town over, decides to come to the house and check on the house because I'm assuming that my dad called him because he knew that he was home and told him to come to the house, check to see if there was anybody there besides us. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, I am in some deep trouble, bruh. I'm in trouble. So he comes to the house and he is looking in all the closets. He's looking in my closet. He's looking behind stuff. He's in the basement. He's checking every single room, checking every single nook and cranny, bro. Like, I'm not shook no more, but I'm shook because I knew I was in trouble. So I was just like dreading when they were gonna come home because I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be in trouble. I ain't gonna get an end of it. Like, I was like, oh, yikes. He leaves. My uncle leaves because obviously nobody was there now. But basically, my mother comes back home and my sister runs out and tells her what's happening.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just...
As if she probably didn't already know because dad probably contacted her before before my mom came home. So my sister saying, oh, hey, you know, Brianna had a boy in the house. Ha! She had a boy in the house. It just made it all the more worse. And it just really like confirmed. So So picture this, right? I'm standing outside the screen door of my house. My sister runs outside as soon as my mom pulls up, and she's telling my mom everything. She is telling my mom everything. Bruh, the look my mother gave me while my sister was telling her what I was doing. I can't even recreate it. She was so mad. Bro, she was so mad. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yo, I'm really in trouble, bro. I'm really in trouble. So she comes in, and I don't remember too much after this, but basically, she was yelling at me, and you know, she's like, "What?
You're a boy in the house. What's wrong with you? What do you think this is?"
Like, just really getting on me about it. Because, yes, get on me about it, because I'm like in 8th grade, leaving 8th grade, going into 9th grade, and I have a boy in the house. Like, how old was I when I left? Nah, I was 13 at that point. I was 13 at that point. So for me to have a boy in the house at that time was like, girl, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? So she had every right to be upset. So I'm pretty sure I got a whooping. My dad came home. Because first of all, my mom already put me on punishment. So my dad came home and they like negotiated, and the final judgment was I was supposed to be on punishment, not grounded, on punishment, because that's just how the on punishment to me, it was just way worse than being grounded. I was never grounded. I was always on punishment. So I was on punishment for 2 months. 2 months. And mind you, this is summertime. I didn't have nothing to do. I had nothing to do because I wasn't enrolled in anything. So for me to be on punishment for 2 months, that's like my entire summer. So I was like, and I couldn't be mad at anybody but myself. You know, do y'all see, like, I had nobody else to be mad at but myself, because if I literally just had him over and then he just left the first time, it would have been fine, bruh. It would have been so fine. Like, and I would have been cool and nothing would have happened to me that summer. I would have had my summer and that's it. But that wasn't the case, bruh. That wasn't the case. There ain't no real moral to this story. It's just, please be smart. If you're sneaking people in, please be smart. And don't be like me and shout down the street like nobody else lives on the street. That's really it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I hope y'all liked it. I sure didn't. I sure did not like that story at all, because it's very stupid and I had no reason to be acting the way I did, but whatever. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Join me in the gang, the camaraderie. I think that's the word. I think that's how you say it. Camaraderie. Yeah, join it. Why not? I got more videos coming. I got more coming. Can you imagine? I got more coming. I'm feeling it, bro. It's 2020. It's 2020. And although we are in a whole crisis, pandemic, whatever, we can still chill here. We can still talk. So pull up, subscribe. Anyway, catch y'all in the next one.